Aren't you like tired of life? Why does it suck so much? And why doesn't depression ever go away? Feeling like crap, eating poorly, terrible relationships, poor mental health, no energy, no motivation, full stack of bad habits, no joy or fun in life, poor sleep, feeling constantly lost, no clarity, and no fucking idea what is actually happening with your life. I don't know about you, but I actually felt like this and more than once in my life. That's not only sounds but actually is crazy, because I grew up in a good family and I had everything that I ever needed and didn't have to struggle at all in my life. But I still had mental health problems, depression, anxiety, and all this stuff, you name it. Or I'm slightly exaggerating, but the fact is I had some problems with mental health and still I can sometimes face it to this day. From this perspective, it's totally absurd, isn't it? Why somebody in my position would ever feel like this? Just look at these studies. If you want to read further, there is a link in the description to the full article. Imagine you don't have to hunt all day long, you don't have to struggle, you have warm houses, you have food in the supermarket, you just need money to buy it, and that's it. And you are still absolutely mentally destroyed. Why is so? Buckle up, this will be a long one. So what's actually the problem here? Let's start our investigation. I'm not an expert, but in my opinion there are several major problems that we face nowadays. The first one is no purpose in life, and the second one is broken dopamine system. And that's it, only two? But hear me out, that's enough to completely destroy your soul. So let's start with the first one, purpose. You might have heard about it dozens of times, and you might also have dozens of questions like, why is it so important? How do I find it? What should I do about it? Chill, we'll talk about everything and I'll explain all this in this video, so just stay here and watch further. Since early childhood, we were always told what exactly we should do by other people. For a lot of us, it continues even in the adulthood. We were told to schools to behave, to get good grades, to do this homework, your teacher is your authority, then you get good grades, you go to the university or college or something, and then you go to work. And by the way, you have to choose from a special list the degree you want to study, and actually if in this list there are no degrees you're actually interested in, nobody cares. Don't be too crazy about your dreams, just seek security and everything will be fine. The first step to unfuck your life is to take full responsibility back over your life for absolutely everything that is happening with you. All your life, your goals were dictated to you by other people, and now you have to dictate your own goals and create your own goals yourself, your own meaning in life. But how do you find it? That's a tricky question, but let's not overcomplicate this stuff. You don't have to create a universal mission of helping and saving the whole humanity from something. Your purpose is just your burning desire. It's just simply your goal. So we'll use two tools to identify your purpose, or just simply a goal. I will explain to you how to actually create a goal that you will follow through and really achieve, and that will bring meaning in your life. Are you familiar with the Japanese concept of ikigai? In English it's literally translated as the reason for being. So here it is, the actual image of ikigai, so it's easier to you to visualize. So as you can see, there are 4 main questions you have to ask yourself, and you have to do it genuinely and write down your true answers and be completely honest with yourself. So grab a piece of paper, pen or something, or just your notes on the phone, whatever. Just do something right now and write down these 4 questions. What are you good at? What do you love? What does the world need from you? How can you serve and help other people? And finally, what can you be paid for? So for now, take your time and genuinely answer all these 4 questions. Listen to your inner world and remove all the noises that we are having outside, all the distractions, and just have an honest talk with yourself. Your life, or at least your current situation in your life, might depend on the answers you will provide. Don't take it too seriously, but also don't think that it's just some silly thing. I understand that it can be a little bit overwhelming and you have some limiting beliefs and it's hard for you to answer all these questions in a row. So if you want to simplify this whole thing, you just need to create some set of goals that you want to achieve in life, and these questions might help you create this goal, like improving your physique, or making X amount of money online, or running your first 5 kilometers, simple as that. But the idea is here that the goals can actually be measured, so you can understand when did you achieve this goal, and they also should be very specific, because specificity is thing that will provide you clarity over your actions. Just improving your physique is too vague, but bench pressing X amount of kilograms, whatever measurements you have, is a little bit better. Not the perfect, but better. Or you might say that my goal is to go to the gym 3 times a week with this particular program for the next year. This is the perfect goal, because you actually abstract from the result itself and you are focusing all your efforts and all your focus on the process, what will give you actually happiness about what you are doing. By this system of small habits, you will actually hit your goals. But if you're still struggling, and that's completely normal, if you're still struggling with answering these questions and finding your goals or your purpose, I have a set of more questions that might help you find the answers you need. If money was not a concern, what would you like spend your time doing? If you knew that you would 100% achieve this thing, what would it be? Imagine that you are 90 years old and you are reflecting back on your life. You know that your time is almost done and you can't change anything. What do you regret not doing and not achieving? If the opinions of others entirely didn't matter, what would you like to do with your life? I hope for now you have a clear idea of goals, or maybe you even found your purpose of goals that you want to achieve and you actually created them yourself and you take full responsibility for your life right now. The first note, your goals might change, like your purpose also. It's not static, it's dynamic. This month or this week you might want one thing, but the next month completely different. And also you should understand, if you face some struggles during your goals, it doesn't mean you should change your purpose. It means you have to go through struggle and grind, and you must identify whether you are just struggling because you have to go through pain and hardship, or it's really not your thing. The second note, and you might check my previous video to get reinforcement and better idea of this note, is to find your strong why you really want to do the thing, because your strong why, I can't stress it enough, your strong why is the most important thing about setting goals and achieving them. If you don't have your why you should chase this goal, why you should go through struggle, why even if you don't want, you have to continue doing it, you will eventually give up, especially if this goal is very ambitious. We want to go towards pleasure and avoid pain. Or write down 5 pleasurable things you will get from achieving this goal and 5 pain points you want to avoid. And if you don't achieve this goal, or you give up, or you procrastinate, you should feel that you will get this pain from not doing this stuff. The thing is to actually genuinely feel emotional and attached to these things, not just like you wrote it down and that's it, and you don't give a shit about it. You should actually care about these pleasurable things, and this pain, you should be fucking terrified. The more emotional you get and the stronger is your why, your chances of achieving this goal grow exponentially. Remind yourself about this shit daily. We talked about the first tool, that was passion. Now let's go to the second tool, which is Maslow's hierarchy of needs. These are basic needs that all human beings, you, me, your parents, your friends, my friends, everyone needs these things. They're just biologically programmed in us. So if you create your goals accordingly to these needs, you reinforce them even more. Absolutely everyone, and you and me, everyone needs these things, these biological things. They're just in our DNA. So if your goal is moving you towards achieving this fundamental biological stuff, you actually grow the chances even more. It's a very powerful tool for action. Now let's go further. For now you can be a little bit, or not so little, overwhelmed with all this stuff, all this information, all these goals, all this really hard question to ask. Let's be honest, they're quite philosophical. So I have something more for you. What can really help you in this situation is changing your identity. Identity is a set of beliefs beliefs that a person has. The problem is that you were programmed by society and you were given set of beliefs that might not actually be true about the world around you. And maybe even these beliefs are making your lives miserable. If you're considering, of course, your life miserable, I hope you don't. But for now, as we did with the responsibility and creating your goals, same we will do with your identity and your set of beliefs. You will create things that you believe in yourself, the set of beliefs of your character. You create them right now yourself. Grab again your pen and your paper and write down a new set of beliefs that the person that actually already achieved these goals has to have. So as we improve and we change things that we are thinking about us and the world around us, that's exactly beliefs. They are changing as well. Thing that is distinguishing you and the person you want to become, the person who already achieved all your desires and all your dreams, are actually a set of beliefs. I'll show you an example so it's actually easier for you to understand this concept. I'm a healthy person and an athlete who mindfully chooses what to eat and avoids easy sugars, alcohol and smoking. I write every day in the morning to improve my writing skills, get new ideas and constantly generate content that is useful for others. I take care of my sleep because it's important for me to have high levels of energy in order to achieve my goals. Instead of sitting in social media, I learn and study every day because I need to always upgrade my knowledge bank to create new ideas and help other people who have the same struggles as I had in life. So I hope you get the simple idea. Reverse engineer a person you want to become. What does this person do and what does he believe? You need to divide your goals into small actionable steps because it's hard to conquer the whole mountain. But 1 kilometer or 1 step a day, you are focusing on the process and on easy things that you can actually achieve so you are not overwhelmed. By using these steps and creating a habits out of them, they are not only easy, but they are also automatic for you. So by creating them, you can actually follow through every day, and already starting right now, you can take actual steps that will move you further to your goals. If you want to run a marathon, then you divide it into simple runs that you can do every day for several months or maybe half a year or maybe even a year. The starting point doesn't matter. You can start from doing only 1 kilometer a day, but the thing here is that the actual habits are stacking and improving yourself only 1% every day in your whole system. In the long run, in years, you are becoming a completely different person, and the goals that you never have even dreamed of achieving actually feel like they are right there. Just grab them and here you go. You already did it. If you want to get lean or jacked, then your actual focus should be on doing 3 workouts a week. The thing here is to create the actual plan that consists of very small actions that you can perform every day, and what then leads to creating a system of habits. And this way you actually get every day closer to your goals, even though for the first weeks, maybe months, maybe years, depends on goals, you might not see any results. You are not goal oriented anymore. You are focused on your system of habits. You just, at some point after months of consistent work, you don't even recognize them, you don't even see them, because they are your habits, like brushing your teeth or taking a shower. So you are not overwhelmed by big goals, and you know actual little steps that you can do already today, and it will improve your life. It will skyrocket your life in years. Just trust me. If you don't trust me, read the book called Atomic Habits and you will understand what I'm talking about. Actually, I will show you a it's just a gorgeous, absolutely wonderful picture from this book that will illustrate absolutely everything that I just have said about the goal setting, the habits and the systems. By getting only 1% better every day for the whole year, you will actually improve 37 times. At this point of this video, you should already have goals, new identity, identity and the actual structure of small things, small habits that you can implement in your life easily and already start achieving your desirable things. Congratulations, I think that's the biggest amount of clarity that you might have had in your whole life or in the recent time for sure. Now if you also combine it with creating daily schedule, you'll just be unstoppable because you completely take over control over your life and your time, but you will also know what to do, why to do this, when to do it, and how to do it. And this ultimate clarity will give you absolute focus, which is needed for achieving your desirable outcomes, because focus converts the energy you put in this work, in this task, into the real results. But I want to even more oversimplify everything for you so it's completely clear and you can actually right now do everything what we've already talked about in this video. That is why I created a free Notion template for you that I called Ultimate Clarity Planner. This planner, you will get an overview about everything that we already talked about in this video. There are several pages are absolutely essential and will change your life and give you focus, clarity, and give you back control over your life. Find your purpose using the tools that we've talked about in this video. You create and manage your goals actually every day, seeing what you want to achieve, what are your objectives, what are the actual steps you are taking today, and what is the plan towards achieving this goal. Then you have a daily, monthly, yearly schedules. You will get even more clarity and certainty about what you are doing with your life and this feel of control. Also, one very interesting thing is habit tracker that I put into this template, because the majority of things that we are doing in life are unconscious, so our brain saves energy, and unconscious actions are actually our habits. The quality of our lives depends on our habits. So with this habit tracker you will get my habits, so you can get started and you can adjust all the things and choose whatever you like. As I said, you will feel the sense of control over your life. You will start actually creating a new good habits that will change your life in years to come. And also I created for you a little game. It is a simple WL journal. So every day, for every task that you accomplished, you will put a juicy W for everything that you've done, that you will enjoy so much, because you need to somehow cross off this thing or tick it or something. I will explain why. There is the actual science here. By rewarding yourself and doing something that you enjoy, because this thing of ticking or crossing off hard task that you didn't want to do but you still did it, you are giving dopamine to your brain and you are getting addicted to doing hard things, because you know that afterwards you will reward yourself. So it creates a new, and I can spell this word, associations in your brain. You do hard things, you get rewarded for it. But don't try to trick the system by putting useless tasks in big amounts so you can tick all this shit off and think like you're just you're drowning in dopamine. Don't fucking lie to yourself. I know you motherfuckers. And also don't forget to tick your habits so you actually see how you are consistent, and it will reinforce your learning and you will be more motivated to continue doing these habits even though they're hard. Also be prepared that after some days or weeks, maybe months, the motivation will fade away, and at some days the amount of else that you will put, and don't forget to put else, be completely honest with yourself, so the amount of else compared to W's will just be overwhelming. And that's completely normal. That's just a part of life, of your life, of my life. We just see these celebrities, and not only celebrities, all this success all over the internet, and we think that it's so easy. You just do this, and you have lots of money, lots of women, whatever you want. But it's actually doesn't work like this in real life. You have to put in the work, the time, and you might get the success, you might not, and that's normal. We are playing the game of life, and we're trying to see the things that we want to do, we don't want to do, and we are just trying this and that, and putting our energy into this, our passion into this thing. That's why you need to have a very, very strong why, or why are you doing this in the first place. Just find it. Maybe you have to take more time to really find this why. For example, like I like this exercise. When you have a goal, write down why you want to achieve it. Then you write down the reason. Then you ask yourself, okay, why I want to achieve this reason? And you do the same thing 7 times. When you actually like narrow it down, like the funnel, narrow it down to the basic fundamental need of the Maslow's hierarchy of needs, and at this point you really understand your why, your strongest why, and you don't need motivation or self-discipline, because it drives you so fucking hard. So I got a little bit emotional, I'm sorry. Here's a great picture that illustrates how does success really look like, our imagined success compared to how success actually happens. Life is a constant ups and downs, but in the bigger picture you have to look at the bigger picture from the perspective. In the bigger picture and the perspective, it should go like this. You see, the line is going, here you have an up, here you have a down, but in general you are going up. It's about the progress that you are making during the journey. Stop comparing yourself with your friends, with this success on the internet. Start comparing yourself with the person you was yesterday, with the person you was a year ago. And if you improved and if you are now a better person overall than this guy over there in the past, then it's already a great job by you. But don't use it as an excuse to avoid self-discipline. Don't compare yourself with others, compare yourself with the guy you were yesterday. We only talked about purpose, goals, only. We talked about so many stuff. We didn't really talk about dopamine, as I mentioned in the very beginning of this video. That's because I already talked and dedicated the whole video to this topic. I'll link the description, first link in the description, so you might watch this video if you enjoyed this one. I really encourage you to subscribe to this channel if you really resonate with my message, if you're feeling that it's helping you, so you might learn from me. I'm doing 3 to 5 tweets and 1 newsletter a day, all links in the description. And at the last words for this video, I just want to cover everything in one great tweet that I did last week. Here it goes. Find your purpose, some goal to chase. Create some plan, doesn't have to be perfect. Cut off entertainment, cheap dopamine and shit. Embrace pain, struggle, rewire your brain to get dopamine from hard things, and fucking enjoy it.